So I'm drinking my coffee here this morning, guys. I'm gonna get my reading done. I've got the reading out, but I've got to record it and I've got to upload it this morning because it took me 2 days to unpack it all. Because yesterday just felt like I was hitting a wall, and then I called a friend of mine and got extremely grounded while talking to her. She does that for me, and then I later on sat down and I was looking at my message and I was like picking up things and I was starting to channel, and I'm like, it just took a bit for this message to make sense to me. So something else, I have realized I am not everybody's cup of tea. I am one of those that is starting off slow but will make a big impact later, because I feel like a lot of my messages are for a lot of the older generation and like more in parents and grandparents mode. So some younger people, even though a lot of my friends are younger, some people are just not going to understand my messages till they come across them at a much later date. And once you put something out there on the web, it's out there. So I am feeling like it's like I figured that. It's not really so much I figured it out over the weekend. It's what they're telling me, because sometimes when I talk to the other side or talk to my spirit guides or angels, or they give me messages, sometimes the universe does not tell you in black and white what they're trying to tell you. They give you little hints and leave you to figure it out because they want you to grow from it. So I have been picking up, I've realized that one of my spirit guides or angels, I'm not sure if it's a spirit guide or an angel, guys. Sometimes it's a spirit guide, sometimes it's an angel. But I have one that has a very soft frequency that talks to me quite a bit. I have another one that has a little bit higher of a frequency, because they all are different frequencies because they're all different energies. And one of them, when they talk to me, it's a higher, it's a higher ear ringing. And then I've had one just twice and if it has a deeper, heavier ringtone or frequency to it, so it feels more masculine. Some of the energies feel more feminine or feel more lighter. So I don't know, maybe the lighter ones are my angels and the heavier ones are spirit guides, because I think spirit guides, sometimes I think they are ones that have lived before, whereas angels are in another dimension and they were not people. They're a different energy form. And actually, it's even occurred to me, it made me think that at one point that because they are such, because angels are white light, like they're light, angels are light workers on the other side, is kind of the way I see them. And they are the ones that will protect you from the negative energies. And a lot of people that see angels see them, and even when I've had a few instances where I've seen them in my chakra, I have seen them as blazing white figures. And I'll never forget that one vision I had where, you know how in Christmas cards back in the olden days, you would see them, they would have the angels, the golden trumpets, because they were telling everybody the message. Well, we still have those, because I'll never forget that one message I had where there was an angel I couldn't see. There was an angel that was like out that way. It was out that way. And I could hear my ears ringing. And when I tuned into it, I got a flash. I got a picture in my mind. And there was a herald, because he was informing another angel I couldn't see off in the distance. And I've told you guys about this before. And he was saying, she's over here. And he was talking about me. Okay. He was going, she's over there. And I think he was talking about John, the guy that picked up on, I don't know if John ever got that message or not, that he was feeling a certain kind of way. He wasn't happy about what was happening, but he knew it was for the best. It has something to do with a feminine energy in his life, either a daughter or a niece or something like that. And he was really unhappy about how she was learning a lesson or something like that. And his angel was telling him that it was going to be okay, and that he was right in feeling the way he was, but that it was going to be okay. And the herald was standing in the middle going, she's over here. And he was talking to someone I couldn't see. He's over here, and she can hear his angel talking to him. Whoever that angel, the name of that angel, I'm pretty sure they all got names. But he's going, she can hear that over there. And for whatever reason, they decided I'm not ready for that and that I shouldn't have picked up on that, because I haven't had something like that happen since then. I've gotten little snippets and bits, and I can tell when they're talking to someone else, but I'm not, it's like they have blocked me. And they've already told me, they've said, hey, you have ADHD for a reason. We don't need your abilities right now. And even though you're picking this up, we're going to stop it. We're going to shield it because we're not ready for you yet. So that's why I am now, I uploaded a little short video this morning to explain latent healers. Like, I've always had vivid dreams here and there. I've always had where there's been times where I just knew something, but they're few and far between, probably because my mind goes so fast and it's hard for me to pick up stuff. So guys, if any of you are going through that, you may have latent healing abilities. And by latent, like I said, after you've learned some things that will help you with your healing abilities, then there will be a time when some of the stuff you've already learned will be in your repertoire, in your toolbox, to help you go forth. And everyone learns at a different rate. And I just feel like, for as fast as my mind goes sometimes, and I have to go, I just got to go sit somewhere and just be by myself. It just feels like that there are going to be some of us that there's only one or two, like, really important things that we are supposed to do, because all of us make up the whole, and everybody has a different mission. Everybody has a different job. And I'm talking about as healers, as people that go out there to help others to spiritually progress, or to the awakened folk to help the unawakened folk, or even for some of the awakened folk to find some of the ones that are waking up that don't realize that they're going through a spiritual awakening. Because I didn't realize that's what my niece was going through. And it wasn't until after she passed away, I'll never forget, getting ready to go to bed, about 2 weeks after she passed away, I could feel her. She walked into my bedroom. I literally covered my head, and she's going, Aunt Lana. And I'm going, go away. You need to go on. And she spoke to me quite a bit from the night she died to like 2 weeks after. She hung around in my house. We could not make her, and she knew she was dead. Guys, I'm telling you, she knew she was dead, because she knew she had shot herself, because she made that conscious decision that she was supposed to go meet Jesus. And I don't know if she did or not. She hasn't come to tell me, but she has become one of my spirit guides, because since I've been here in my camper, here in North California, where I'm at now, not where I first was when I first got here, but she has come and told me, when I've looked at messages, she's the one that told me that Sedna, the Inuit priestess, anyway, she's a goddess of some sort. I've actually got to do some research on her, so maybe some things for me will become more clear. But she told me, she said, that's the kind of healer you are. So I'm not sure what all Sedna has to do with, and Wrestling Around has talked about her, but all I know is I need to do some research. But I'm starting to understand a lot more. I'm starting to realize how some of my spirit guides talk to me, and I've said that before to you guys too. And they're just giving me little bits and pieces as we go, because they don't, I don't know, for whatever reason, they've got me for something future. There's something in the future. And the way this rune reading came out that I just did, I've got to go pick my friend up, but when I get back, I'm going to do this reading for you guys and put it up there. And some of it, because it's in 3 layers. Current energies, the future, and then I said, well, how I want y'all to use it. But it's not even how healers are supposed to use it. It has something to do with how it's going to come about, I guess. I don't know. I'll do the reading, and then if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I do know it talks about letting go of the past, and some people healing some things from the past and being successful with that. And it also has to do with a lot of love coming in, and being a spiritual warrior. And then it talks about humanity and harvest and delayed travels, and the healers having to help those that are not awakened, because it feels like it's foretelling about something that happens where in the future, where there's like maybe some of the people that go down what I call going down in the trenches. And that's what I'm talking about, people that go out on the street and they help bring food to the hungry. And it has to do with something to do with the homeless camps, and people that right now, Like, you think about it, Portland, Oregon, Las Vegas, Reno, other places on the other side. I know Florida's got a lot, because when I lived in Florida, there's a lot of homeless people. But where there's the encampments, healers are going to go down. There's already people going down into the trenches helping people, like Isaiah Garcia, MD Motivator, Johnny Dart. Is it Johnny Dart? I forget his first name, guys. I'm sorry. But they are already going into the trenches, and he's from Cash App. They are taking some of the money they make off their app, and they are helping people. They're doing it in a very discreet way, but he's from Cash App. Johnny Dart is from Cash App. I learned that during one of his videos. But guys, those people that are going to the trenches, they're healers as well. And they are shining their light, and they're helping people, literally helping people to survive out there. But there's going to be more healers that are going to go out there that will have psychic abilities, laying on hands abilities. They will be physical healers. And they will go out there, and people that can't afford to go to the doctor, even if there's not, even in places where there are no free clinics, there's going to be some people going out there and literally laying on hands and healing people. These are just kind of like little visions that I've been getting. Sometimes when I get my rooms, I get these little visions. That's why I'm beginning to realize some of my readings are from the future, guys. And so I'm getting my messages out there. And some of you guys that these messages are going to resonate to, you're going to bring that message to someone else in the future, because it's going to be something you've learned from this reading. Does that make sense? That's what my angel was telling me about yesterday. And I keep saying she because it's a very soft little energy. And I have one or two on that. Literally, it feels like they're right here, like they're in my ear. They're not, but the energy feels heavier, and it's like right there. And they're not right here next to me. They're, well, maybe they are. I don't know. I don't see them. I just feel them, and then I hear them. So, guys, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to have to get dressed and go get Oliver and take him to work. But, guys, it just feels, that's why it took me all day to, I had to call my friend and tell her, this reading's not making no sense. This is like the 6th or 7th one I've done. And I said, I meditated, I focused, and I just looked at it. I was like, this doesn't make no sense. And I already knew I needed to lay it out in 3. And actually, when I was starting to lay it out, when I got to the third tier, they said, no, you need 4. And I said, what? Okay, 4. So I put out 4. So I'm going to do this reading for you guys this morning. I just, there's just something about latent healers in here. I'm going to put this reading up for you guys, but I've got to go get dressed right now and go get Oliver. But anyway, so that's just what I wanted to say this morning. I'll either, this is only for a select few of you guys. But that's all I wanted to say. I'm sitting here drinking the rest of my coffee. I got about 10 minutes, and I got to get dressed and get the hell out of here so I can go get Oliver. And then I'm going to come back and actually lay out I've got the reading laid out, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it for you guys. And I think some of y'all out there are going to make Okay. So somebody that's going to hear this message this morning, you have to give it to someone else. It's someone that you know. They just said it's going to be somebody. This message is for someone that has to carry it as a messenger to someone else. That's why they brought back the vision of the herald. Some of you guys are going to be heralds. Some of you healers are going to have to teach or tell somebody else something that they're going to need in the future. Okay, I've got to go get dressed and go get Oliver. This reading just keeps going. They keep sending me stuff, and I'm having to decipher what's the most important ones, because there's so much of it here, guys. All right, I love everyone. My gifts are just, I'm starting to figure out exactly what they guys, sometimes your gifts do not have a name. I've always been one of those people that says, everything has a name. This is contact solution. This is a cup. This is called, I like things to have a name. And when they don't, it's not that I hate it, but if it has a name, I can describe it better. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the way my abilities work. All right, guys, I love you. Lana Scott, Lighthouse.